There is a version of your partner that only exists in your head. He's more patient there. She's more present there. He finally calls when he says he will. She finally chooses you first. That version has never once let you down, because that version has never actually lived. And somewhere along the way you stopped noticing that you weren't in a relationship with the person anymore. You were in a relationship with a draft. This isn't a story about someone who won't commit, or someone who keeps promising to change and never does. That part is obvious. The part nobody talks about is why you keep signing the lease on a future that was never built. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The mind doesn't just observe people, it edits them. It takes a rough, inconsistent human being and quietly renders a finished one, kinder, steadier, more capable of love, and then falls for the render instead of the raw footage in front of it. You end up loving two different people who happen to share a face. One is who they are on a Tuesday afternoon, tired and short-tempered and avoiding your calls. The other is who they'll supposedly be once things settle down, once they heal, once they grow up. Only one of those people has ever actually shown up. Think about the friend who's always about to turn things around, about to leave the toxic job, about to go to therapy, about to stop disappearing for weeks at a time. You keep defending the about to. Meanwhile, the actual pattern, the one repeating in front of you, gets treated like background noise. Or the partner who is wonderful for 6 good days and then vanishes emotionally on the 7th. You don't remember the 7, you remember the 6, and you build a whole identity for them out of those 6 days, because that's the person you signed up for. Or the parent whose approval always feels one accomplishment away. Not withheld exactly, just perpetually pending. You keep performing for a future version of them that keeps quietly moving the finish line. Notice what's happening in each case. A small improvement, a rare good moment, a single ounce of effort, and it gets treated as proof of an entire future. One good week doesn't cancel 11 bad ones, but it feels like it does because hope is a currency the mind spends faster than evidence. Here's where it gets darker. That single good moment isn't just remembered, it becomes evidence. Your mind builds a case file, and the exception becomes Exhibit A for the fantasy. So ask yourself something you may not want to answer. Are you actually waiting for them to change? Or are you protecting the months, maybe years you've already invested in believing they would? Because walking away doesn't just mean losing them. It means admitting that all that patience, all that benefit of the doubt, all that quiet suffering, it wasn't wisdom. It was a bet, and the bet didn't pay off. That's a much harder thing to lose than a relationship. Carl Jung wrote that until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. The pull towards someone's potential often isn't really about them at all. It's projection. You place an unclaimed piece of yourself onto them and mistake their outline for a mirror. You don't just want them to grow. You need someone else's transformation to prove that change is possible at all, maybe even your own. So here's the real question underneath all of it. What exactly are you protecting? The relationship, or the fantasy that made the relationship bearable? Maybe their potential wasn't only about them. Maybe it gave your waiting a purpose. Maybe you needed to be the one who saw something in them, because being that person felt like meaning, even when it cost you peace. Something quiet happens the day you finally stop chasing potential. You stop grading people on a curve built from imagination. You start judging patterns instead of promises. The noise doesn't disappear all at once. It just gets quieter, because you're no longer negotiating with a person who doesn't exist. You start loving what's real, or you start leaving what isn't. Either way, you stop living inside a draft. If you've ever loved someone's potential more than their reality, comment the word real.